Hi guys, welcome to the Crafting Together with All Brands vlog, and this month is for summer vibes. Obviously it's August, we all want some summer vibes and we all need some sunshine. So let's get started. I have here an 8x8 card blank, so I just wrote on that 8x8. I'm going to be using a 7x3/4 inch mat, which I've already cut down, and I'm going to be using a 7.5 inch mixed media card for the main piece. I also have distress inks in scattered straw, carved pumpkin, picked raspberry, lumberjack plaid. I'm not sure if I'm going to add the peacock feathers because it might go a little bit muddy. I also have the VersaFine Clair in Paradise. I have my black archival ink, and I have my embossing powder, and I also have a stencil which is a mandala which I'll be using. So what I want to do first of all is I want to get some colour onto the card, so I'm just going to use the smushing effect. Put plenty of ink on there and then spritz it with water, because obviously it's a water based ink, and we can just mop that up so you get a nice effect, and then just give that a wipe. I like to dry mine in between, and the reason why I like to do that is because I think it will stop the colours from blending into each other. Just turn it over because it's starting to buckle, so I want it to be quite flat. And if you wanted to, if you preferred, you could leave it to dry naturally. So going in with the carved pumpkin now. Try and get some more onto the actual card itself. A little bit in that corner maybe. A bit over here. Okay. So you can still see the scattered straw coming through, but you're just kind of building on layers of colour now. And again, I'm going to dry that. Just takes a second. I'm hoping that we've all got some great plans for summer vibes. Where are we going to get our summer vibes from this year? Are we going on holiday? Are we doing a staycation? You know, what are we all up to? Mine this year is a staycation. Okay, so you can still see the scattered straw and then the carved pumpkin. I'm going to go in with picked raspberry. Let's get that around the edges as well. So as you can see, there's some picked raspberry on there. Not enough for what I want though, so I'm going to add some more in a little thicker consistency. Still using the water though. Ah, that's better. So you can also use this smushing effect to use as a mop-up on a page. So obviously whatever you don't use on here, you can also use by just grabbing another sheet of paper and using that to mop up any excess paint, or sorry, any excess ink that you're leaving onto your mat. So just drying it off again. My heat gun is a very, 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 very hot one. You don't necessarily need to worry about using something as hot as that. So this is the lumberjack plaid. Move that out of the way. So I'm just going to go into the corner areas as well with this one. Okay. Now when I said about that mop up before, I do have a sheet here which I've been using. You can just, rather than wiping all of that off, so you get something on there. And then you just wipe up that last little bit. And I'm thinking I might use the peacock feathers. Just have to make sure it doesn't go all muddy. So I'm just drying this off again. And like I said, I'm doing it this way because I'm trying to stop it from all the colours merging into each other. So yeah, I'm going to use the peacock feathers. And I'm probably not going to use as much water on it. Try and do it quite quickly. So we've got quite a nice area there that's not got any on it, so we'll get that there. Right. So I'm just going to put a little bit more water onto this bit and use my mop up sheet. That's cleared up most of that for me. So leave that. I'm going to leave that now to dry because I am going to do the stamp that I want to use, which is a visible image and it's called Hippie Chick, and she actually has the words summer vibes, so it's perfect for this. So I'm going to get my stamp and I'm going to get my little stamping platform. She just about fits on this one. Actually, I'm going to get the bigger one because I don't want it to miss anything. Right. So I'm going to use my archival ink. This is a We Are Memory Keepers one from American Crafts. It's very, very good at stamping black images, he says, and he's probably going to make a mess of it now. So just press, 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 press. Okay. Yeah, she'll do. I'm going to get my paper underneath the edge of that though. I'm just going to use the clear embossing powder. to the tub. And then I'm just going to go over this with the heat gun. And there's the magic that we all want to see. So because this is a mixed media card, it is slightly textured, which can mean that embossing is a little bit more difficult, but it's not completely unknown. Right, so I'm just going to let that dry for a minute, because you can see that's still a bit wet. I think that's the thing with the this heat gun, because it is so hot. It does take a little bit to cool down. So that's all nice and cool now. So my preferred medium for colouring, it has always been and will always be coloured pencils. So I am going to use I've got the Castle Arts Botanicals. That's the ones I'm using today, and I'll probably use the portrait ones as well. And I'm just going to colour in flowers. I'm not doing this with any 3D effects. So I'm going to do every other flower in the colour. So you'll be able to see this one. It's bright red. I do like these ones actually more than the polychromos for some reason. I don't know why. I think that they work really well together. They blend with other pencils. So yeah, they do exactly what I want them to do. Shall we go with what colour is that? So that one was, sorry, a cadmium red. And then shall we go with leaf green light? No, let's go with cadmium yellow. Yeah, cadmium yellow for the other ones. Because after all, you know, summer vibes, festivals, kind of go hand in hand, don't they? Although, to be fair, I've never actually been to a festival. It's not my thing. My idea of roughing it is 3-star. Dr. D did Glastonbury one year before I met him. And I'm sure he'd love to go again, but it won't be with me. I saw I think it was a AI video thing where they did, it was like this big camper van, and it was huge. It had like separate rooms, not just separate bedrooms. It had like a living room, a dining room, a kitchen. I think it was like 3 or 4 bedrooms and bathrooms. And I said to Duncan, I might consider going camping in one of those, but not in anything less than that. So then we've got, let's go with the raw umber for the centre of the flowers. It's nice, light brown. for the flowers. And this is the portrait set. So you've got a lot more colours. If you look there, you can like your coral. So your corals and your peach, they would make a really, really good skin tone with a coral and a tangerine would make a really good like pale skin tone. So I reckon our lady is going to be around about that sort of a coral and a tangerine. So I'm not saying she's an orange, but you know. Let's go with the tangerine first. So I'm just being very, very light. Just kind of going over her skin. As you can see, it's quite a pale sort of colour. And obviously don't forget the neck. And the décolletage, which is this bit here. So let's get this all coloured in. And the other thing I like about pencils is because they, you know, you can layer them. They make such perfect accompaniments for any image. By all means, you know, you can use whatever it is that you have at hand, be that alcohol markers, paints, watercolour markers, ink tents. You know, you see me use ink tents quite a lot. Okay, so that's her face done. I want to use, what's that, Venetian red? Is it Venetian red I want? Let's go with the alizarin crimson, because I want it to kind of have a pinky sort of lip. I'm just going to top that in. She's got quite a large lip, really. I think she's gone for fillers. What do you reckon? This is the coral. That's the peach. So for the peach, I'm going to go over her upper eyelid. Just to kind of give that a bit of a colour. A little bit more there. You can see there. And then I'm going to give her a rather stark glasses room, because I think she needs that against the skin. So there is a slight gap there for you to fill it in to go around glasses. And I always prefer to move the image when I'm going around. And just go round, and round you go. Okay, that's a bit there, wrist. So I think that makes it pop a bit better. I think so anyway. I want to go with, let's go with the Naples yellow for the hair. So I'm just kind of taking this so it comes from the centre of this part in. and then out towards the flowers, and then doing the same here. Let me just, sorry. I like to keep my pencils quite sharp when I'm doing this. So she's kind of got a messy hair, which is what makes me think of festivals, because you know, you don't have the same sort of facilities. So let's put it more on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to give her a little bit of a brown root. I just think she needs a bit. If you wanted to, you could take this down the hair to add in a little bit more down the bottom, so you could do like just a few sort of strands here and there. So there we go. There is our lady finished. I would put blusher on her, but I don't think she'd be wearing blusher in the middle of a festival. Do you? Let me just put these away. Put these over here. Out of the way. Right. So let me chop our lady out. They're pretty straightforward, so I don't mind using the big scissors. So just round edges, pretty straight. So it's going to chop off that bit of a wispiness. So we've just given her a tidy up already. Let's go round edge of the last bits. And because it's kind of that sort of bit at the bottom, I'm just going to do a little wiggly line and take a little bit of artistic license. So there we have our summer lady. I'm going to now bring this back. And I'm going to put that in the centre at the top. Okay. Now I'm going to try and stick this down. And just get this one out. Right. Okay. Now for this is what I am going to use the Versafine Clair in the Paradise. And I'm just going to use my little brush. So this is the mandala piece that we're using in the centre. And I've chose the blue originally because I wasn't going to use the peacock feathers, but then I did, which still is fine because the other colour that I had out to use was Blueprint Sketch, and that would have just, I think that would have just made everything very, very mucky and very muddled colours, and I don't like the muddled colours. So I'm just going around the whole stencil. So let's just all the way around. Always just double check before you take anything off that you've got all of the areas covered enough that you want them. They don't have to be perfect, especially with a grungy piece. As long as they work, it's all fine. Okay, I think that's fine for me. I'm going to take that off. Just be careful when you're taking it off the paper, because obviously you don't want to rip that off and then take all the work that you've done. And there you have a beautiful mandala stenciled onto your page. Now what I want to do with this is I'm going to go on this side of it, and I'm just going to go around the edges, because I don't want this on the actual image, but I don't want a stark white line. So if I go behind the image, I'll still get the edge of it without actually worrying about getting something onto the lady, if that makes sense. Just go all the way around. Okay, and there we go. So I'm going to put her like that. And I do want to have one of my little pieces of card I keep in my drawer for whenever I need them. You never know. I'm going to get the summer vibes. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put them underneath each other, so it's quite. And I'm going to use. Where have I put that little? There we go. That's the one I want. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to use my archival ink onto here. And I'm going to emboss that. Okay. Back in the pot. have to make sure I put the lid on that every time because I will knock it over. Right. Well, let's heat up the gun. And there we go. Starts to take place. It's so quick with this gun. I love it. I'm just going to bring in my little guillotine. Take that down to there. Let's see if I put off the bottom actually. Come on, up you come. So you can use those extra lines on the inside as a marker. That's fine. Okay, and I'm going to do it that way. Take a bit more off that bit there. You can, if you want to, do a little bit of a matting layer on that, which I might try actually. There we go. I should have just done that on the guillotine as well, but oh well. I like to make things awkward for myself. So, let's get this put together. And I want to get my... Let's get this little glue gun out. Yeah, glue gun, walker, whatever you want to call it. So, there's that 8x8 card that we had before. 7 3/4 in the yellow. And again, that's 7 3/4 on both sides. Take that quite in. There we go. And then this bit is 7.5. If you want, you can use wet glue. Let's get this up to here and offer that up to. Yep, that should be about right. Yep. So we've got our mandala background on there. I want to stick this down with this, and then I'm going to give it some height. Okay, and I'm going to use foam pads. Where is it? Let's get this one out of the way. Let's get this in here. So I'm thinking if we put her around about here, We can put that around about here. That works quite well there. Should I have to do this without looking over the top of it? And then for her, I'm just going to use my extra thick foam tape, which is like super sticky. And then we're gonna there we go. Turn that back. So I might need one there. Come on, you two. Oh, that'll do. Put them there so that it doesn't go flying. See, super sticker. There it is. I'm still going to sticking to more than this than that is sticking to the card. Right, let me get this off here before I touch my card, because if I don't, it is going to pull on the card. And I don't want that. Right, so how about that? Now what I can do is I'm going to use some of this golden ribbon glitter stuff, and I just want to put a little bit on here. I want to just get a little bit on her lips. So I'm just going to put that there for a second, and then I'm going to use one of my little tiny brushes, because it'll be easier. And it's just little finishing touches that you can add to it that, you know, it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to have mega equipment for it. You know, if you wanted to, you could do this with a bit of glitter and a bit of clear glue. I'm just going to put that there because I want it to look like it's shining in the light. Okay. Right, let me lift this up and show you. So if you can see it there, I've just put a little bit of glitter glue onto her lips, and that'll also dry glossy. And there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed making that. Thank you very much, guys. And I hope you can jump along and go and have a look and see who else has joined in with the Summer Vibes vlog. Great. I will catch you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.